Good morning friends and welcome to the pre-market view. US markets continues to show a lot of strength and it was up almost about 0.5%. In fact, intraday, the Dow managed to cross above the all-time high levels and closed a little below that. And most of the data points continues to be positive. We had 3% kind of a growth on the factory sales for Feb, and also the March auto sales numbers were extremely good. And when we talk about the European markets, they were also up anywhere from about 1.25 to almost about 2%. No major economic data points, but there the buzz is that the Vodafone could be acquired by the rival telecom majors. So there was a good amount of action in the telecom pack in Eurozone, and the Cyprian Stock Exchange, which was closed for almost about 2 weeks, reopened and the index was down about 2.5%. Talking about the Asian markets today morning, Japan is up almost about 1.7%, and everyone is looking out for the policy meet of Bank of Japan, which starts from today for next 2 days, and there are expectations that there could be radical monetary policy in the offing for the Japanese economy. Most of the other Asian markets are also up about 0.25 to almost about 0.5%. Talking about the flows, friends, FIs were net sellers in the cash market to the tune of about 45 crore. The domestic institutions, after a long time, were buyers in the cash market to the tune of 206 crore. And in the index futures, the FIs were net buyers to the tune of about 130 odd crore. Back home, friends, our market showed some kind of a pullback, and more importantly, the mid-cap sector registered a gain of almost about 1.5 to 2%, and we saw a whole host of stocks actually reporting a gain of about 4 to 8%. And the prominent one was, of course, the ADAG group, after the announcement that Mukesh Ambani's telecom company could actually enter into a deal with RCom involving about 1200 crore. On that note, let me invite Shaival to take us through important F&O cues, data and strategies that we can have in the F&O space.
Good morning friends, let's have a view at derivatives. Friends, from past couple of trading sessions we have seen that the markets have been resilient, and after every dip in intraday market has been sharply bouncing back during the second half. And in yesterday's trade also we have seen the same happening, and due to which the markets have closed higher by around 0.7%. Now during this period of time we have seen that the PCR ratio has breached the mark of 1, which has been clearly indicating that the activity on the put side has geared up compared to that of call, and is at currently 1.03. Usually it's read that whenever the PCR ratio is above 1, the bullishness in the market continues, and we have also seen that some short positions continue to build for second consecutive day in a row. Now talking about the implied volatility, we have seen that it has further decreased by around 3 to 5%, and on the put side we have seen that 5,600 put option stands with the highest number of shares in the open interest. Whereas on the call side, the activity is still widespread, and we can see 5,700, 800 and 900 call option continues to see a good accumulation. Now, our bias for the market is positive, and as we are trading above VWAP of 5650, so probably this would be an important level to watch on, and we may see buying emerging in the market at lower levels. From intraday perspective, Hindustan Petroleum is looking good, so one can maintain a stop loss of 283 rupees 80 paisa, whereas one can go short on Tata Power with stop loss of 97 rupees 40 paisa. Thank you.
Here are the important news and events that we are tracking today. First of all, there is a tie-up between Mukesh Ambani's Reliance Jio with RCom, and this deal will involve a total amount of almost about 1200 crore, and this has come in as a major positive surprise for RCom, which is having a lot of financial trouble. And what remains to be seen is whether this is just a deal confined to the sharing of the fiber optic network, or it also involves a larger sharing of the telecom towers in future, so that RCom, which is going through a lot of financial stress, could actually monetize part of its assets over a period of time. So the stock was up almost about 13-14%, but because of this deal and the further clarity that might come through, there could be some more upside for RCom and some of the beaten down stocks of Anil Ambani Group. Negative news for United Spirits is Bombay High Court has rejected UB Holdings' plea to restrain SBI from selling the shares of United Spirits, which are hailed as collateral, and totally SBI has about 26 lakh shares of United Spirits, and of that they have already sold somewhere close to about 1.2 lakh shares. So expect some pressure on United Spirits and some of the Vijay Mallya owned companies on the back of this development. US based specialized steel company Timken has got the mandate to do the private placement at a price band of about 115 to 120 rupees per share, and this move is essentially to comply with the SEBI's promoter threshold limit of about 75%. Currently the promoter holding is about 80%. Some positive news for TVS Motors, as the company is entering into a tie-up with BMW on two major aspects. One is the technology transfer part, the other one is that they would be looking at launching the high-end motorcycles in the TVS brand. Redington, there is some negative news as the IT department has slashed a notice of 138 crore on the company. So this could be some negative reaction. One can short that with a stop loss of 82.5 and a target of about 78.5 to about 77. That's it from all of us, friends. Have a nice trading session and see you tomorrow at the same time.